These poems are dedicated to all those whose lives have been spent in bringing peace to this planet. Wherever you are, I bow my head. May peace be on this earth. We are all united with the thread of love. May each one of us realize the garland of life.
Down the rabbit hole. Down the rabbit hole. We have all taken incredible trips down the rabbit hole. There are going to be a series of adventures that I encountered along the way. Mind you, these aren't drug-induced. No magic mushrooms were taken. Yet the essence of magic was there. Why take a drug when the inner drug exists inside? The rabbit hole can be both an external and internal journey. Around 2 years old, my brother and I followed the synchronicities of life. We knew we were going on a series of rabbit holes on this sacred journey. Some of these took around 50 years to manifest. The term down the rabbit hole means to me the following: going from 3 dimensions to the quantum. It may take place externally, internally, or both. It enhances the quality of life and brings great wisdom. I say quite often, the spiritual life is the most practical life. In the West, we place great emphasis on this being the last bullet on this journey of life. We don't see the urge nor need. It's a waste of time. Nobody is going to try to convince you. The truth needs no convincing. Someday you will be open to it. Everything goes back to the source. This is your true nature. There are simply your own personal clouds that are preventing you to see your magnificence. The rabbit hole helps to reshape, remodel, and morph your life. It is pure alchemy at its finest. The more you are aware, the more one will see the true magic of being alive. Each moment is sacred and holy. Even grocery shopping is a divine experience. Just giving a smile to the cashier will give her such bliss. Somebody cares about me. Somebody is kind to me. Someone appreciates me. That's how we change this world, by being kind. House of the Future. One of the first rabbit holes I went down was the House of the Future. I've told that story many times before. My twin brother and I were only 2 years old. We lived in that house only a few years before moving to Newport Beach. Our subconscious mind gets developed from around 0 to 7 years old. I feel quite fortunate to go down this rabbit hole. It programmed my subconscious to think outside of the box. All inventions come from creative thought. I learned at a young age that I could program my life. I've been a software engineer for over 38 years. I'm sure I got into this field because I'm living in the house of the future. I wasn't quite an ordinary child. I would love to meditate and do yoga in the mornings. I believed in preventative medicine. Went to bed at 8 o'clock most of my life. My brother and I love to be current in the latest mind, body, and soul connections. This rabbit hole shaped my life in so many different areas. It brought me the confidence to believe in myself without following the normal social norms. I was on a path that society at the time couldn't relate to. I didn't broadcast it. It was and is an internal path. On the outside, everything was normal. On the inside, an revolution was taking place. I know I was on a cosmic journey. I say the spiritual life is the most practical life. What could be more practical than taming one's mind? Mankind's mind is like leaves blowing in the wind. A wise person lives in the center of the hurricane. All is calm there. From that place, great wisdom comes. From that wisdom, it is manifest into your life. Mind you, in any given moment, one can return to the leaves blowing in the wind state of mind. Yet through awareness, one can quickly return to the center of the hurricane. This is an incredible rabbit hole I'm still on. We all have the same precious rabbit holes we are on. There are many going on. It's beyond time and space. Receiving knowledge. Here's another incredible rabbit hole I'm on. Next month will be the 50th anniversary of receiving the sacred knowledge from Prem Rawat. I was just an 18-year-old kid. I traveled from France to India with my surfboard. I received knowledge at Prem Nagar's ashram in Hardwar. We were in this room directly below the roof where Prem was playing and talking. We could hear him laughing during the knowledge session. All I could say was this was the most profound experience in my life. Words cannot describe the glorious experience I had. The experience totally changed my life. I walked out the door, a new person. Heaven was shown to me. The door became open. I was shown that now you have the tools. It's up to you to use them or not. The diamond exists inside of you. You saw the precious diamond. Now pick up the inner shovel and dig in the diamond mind of life inside of you. 50 years later, I'm still digging. This is an endless journey. Each day brings a new experience. One is fine-tuning the guitar of life. The goal is to become a better person. The hardest thing to conquer is your own mind. Meditation is one of the tools in the toolbox to do this. We all have a clear mind. It is covered with clouds. We just need to remove the dark clouds, and then we can see the sun shining inside of us. The best way to pay back, friend, is to use the precious tools in your daily life. Imagine having a car and it's just sitting in your dusty garage. Somebody shows you the garage. They dust off the cobwebs and open up the garage. They instruct you to get into the car and start the engine. You then take this magnificent car for a spin. What a glorious ride you had. Next moment, you're given a garage door open. It's up to you to open up the garage door. You can take this car for a spin anytime you like. Surfing. Surfing is, was, and will always be an incredible rabbit hole. I was just 12 when my brother and I started. The first time I stood up on a wave of joy engulfed me. I was home at last. I felt better being on the ocean than on land. All my troubles faded away. The ocean was alive and conscious. I was an average surfer, not a great surfer. The ocean could care less about my abilities. The ocean became my best friend. It's impossible to put into words. Talk to any surfer. Talk to any surfer, and many will say the same thing. There is a direct connection we can have with her. Even one is far away from the ocean, the connection is never severed. There is a cosmic connection between a surfer and the ocean. A true surfer doesn't ride a wave for fame or glory. A true surfer rides to communicate with the ocean of life. They are one and the same. Being locked in is the holy grail for a surfer. One is baptized by the wave. It changes one's life, just like being born from the mother. This rabbit hole morphs and changes for eternity. At some point, the ocean reveals that the breath is the wave coming in and the wave going out. A wise surfer understands this meaning. Behind your breath lies the infinite ocean of life itself. A surfer can catch a wave for eternity. True wisdom and compassion are there. One is never alone, no matter what external circumstance. One may wipe out. We all do in life. Yet there is always another miraculous wave to catch. We learn by catching waves in our life. We learn to be kind to each other. An angry man doesn't know the waves exist inside of him. Only one who is kind, compassionate, and loving can ride the wave of life. Why, you may say? Only the innocence of a child may play in the ocean of life. An angry adult has many other games to play. Betsy Tupalian. Poetry assignment. I remember one day Mrs. Tupalian gave us an assignment. We were to find a poem that we liked and had to read it to the class. I just learned how to meditate. I chose this incredible Eastern poem. I don't remember the name of it. Somehow I gravitated to it. I didn't know its meaning. Anyway, all the students gave their readings. It was my turn to read the poem. I read the poem and my teacher asked me, could I critique the poem? I said it was self-explanatory. To be honest, it was at such a deep level, I didn't have the life experience to say anything. She had such compassion, she didn't press me on it. Most teachers wouldn't let you get away so easily, yet a seed was planted, and she didn't crush the seed. Years later, I love to ponder life and its meanings. I often wonder how my life would be if she was a typical teacher who had her roles. If you don't follow them exactly, you will feel the consequences. To this day, I'm grateful she had great intuition and saw my struggle. She gave me an inspiration to follow my dreams. That is what a teacher is all about. I'm still learning the power of words in my everyday life. I feel so honored to have such a teacher. What an incredible rabbit hole this has been. A brand new universe was discovered inside of me. That seed was planted 50 years ago. There's only one mind. Here's another rabbit hole I'm in. Austrian physicist Edward Schrödinger is known for this phrase. The total number of minds in the universe is one. In fact, consciousness is a singularity phasing within all beings. I have had this notion ever since I was a kid. In the last 5 years, my understanding and experience have brought me to a deeper level. The Buddhists have been saying for thousands of years that there is only one mind. We are this universal mind in essence, yet we have clouds covering this inner sun within. The goal is to remove these obstacles. When one blows away the inner clouds, clear vision occurs. Mind you, this is a state of awareness. It is not a concept or theory. We have the operating system, hardware, and software in place. This is not supernatural, but our natural state of being. Unfortunately, our lives are built only to grasp things externally. Being active, aware of this rabbit hole helps solve the great mysteries of life. Only through kindness can one understand the sacred process. Being angry not only brings society down, but you are drinking your own poison. Even modern-day scientists have discovered that when one is angry, over 1,500 different chemicals are released into the body. Imagine a mindset where one becomes the ultimate reality. The person would just smile and laugh at life. He has nothing to say or prove. He doesn't try to convince you towards his point of view. This is our true state. One understands and is aware of the thread of love tying us all together. Quantum scientists and the world of mystics are talking about the same thing. The first golden step is to become inquisitive that there are many paths to achieve. Yet in essence, there is only one path. This is the path of going within. Come join me and millions of people around the world. This is the journey of life. Only you can solve this riddle. Holy moly, chakras! I've been on this rabbit hole for 50 years. I first heard about chakras while I was in India. To be honest, I had no idea what they were talking about. It was way beyond my league. Since then, my understanding and experience have been leaps and bounds. In my eyes, chakras are from the quantum field. They are energy centers that sustain the human body. The endocrine system is deeply tied to the chakras. Our state of mind and body is directly related by the chakras. As above, so below is the mantra. Disease will first manifest in the chakras and then into the human body. We are heading towards energetic medicine, where we will use quantum energy to heal our mind, body, and soul. Because we focus externally, our entire system is running on survival mode. This means we are running on empty. We are like leaves blowing in the wind. The great wise men of the past were in complete harmony with the universe. One who is in harmony with the universe, all the engines are online. There is only one universal mind, yet we think ours is separate. This separation causes much pain and suffering. The art and science of using this precious system has been around for thousands of years. In the West, people laugh and chuckle and think it's a new age thing. Look at the current movies today. They make a person an idiot for thinking such a thing. We have everything put in place when we were born. Our social conditioning has closed the inner garage and dust has settled everywhere. Yet every night when you go to sleep, one goes back home. The problem is, one is not aware of it. Signposts are all around us. We just don't see them. We see only 1% of the light spectrum. Unfortunately, we think we have clear vision. Only you can solve this riddle. Supreme bliss. Did you know that your true state of mind is supreme bliss? 50 years ago, while in India, I heard this phrase, Sat Chit Anand. Truth is the consciousness of bliss. There is only one mind that is supreme bliss and wisdom. We are not separate because we grasp at straws. We are where we are. Our actions are dictated by our mental state of mind. Because our focus is only externally, our mind is not reflecting our true nature. It's like putting garbage in your inner living room of life. Your true nature is a tidy and clean house. By removing the garbage within, one begins to see its true nature. You are magnificent. We are all made of the same mind stuff, which is supreme compassion and love. Mix this with infinite clear light along the way. You are the universe. You just don't know it. Ironically, your true nature never changes, but you do. Each sentient being is a jewel to behold. This is an incredible rabbit hole to go down. As I said before, the spiritual path is the most practical path. Feet on the ground and your head in heaven. One who's constantly morphing and changing discovers the jewel within. It is a conscious act. Heaven is all around you. But then why is there so much chaos in this world? Your state of mind reflects the state of your world around you. A wise man has nothing to prove or say. Nobody can convince you. You must convince yourself. Nobody will walk this path for you. There have been so many incredible coaches throughout history. They all say the same thing. They encourage us and give great wisdom. Yet they say, only you can put words into action. You must take conscious steps in each and every moment. Faith will take you so far. Faith and taking conscious steps in each moment will help you solve this puzzle. I have a knack for this. I've come a long ways in this rabbit hole of meditation. Yet in my eyes, one is always taking the first step into the unknown. One must be like a child to go anywhere on this sacred path. A sophisticated adult will never go anywhere. You can study all the grand scriptures and recite them by heart, but they will be just theories. One must eat the mango of love to understand the mango. There's a huge difference between talking about a mango and eating the mango. This is a subtle journey. Many of my friends say they haven't experienced much. When we were born, we never experienced our growth. Plant a seed in the ground. You don't every day pull the plant from its roots and say, how much did you grow last night? Meditation brings one into a state of balance and harmony. That may not seem like much, yet it makes all the difference in the world to one's life. What is the sound of one hand's clapping? That is a great Zen koan. We must develop a greater mindset than our present state of awareness. Currently, our mental state is quite mundane. We are only interested in the world around us. That's the problem. Even when great scientists and yogis say there is only one mind, we simply roll our eyes. How can we understand the great mysteries of life with this attitude? To answer this question, you can't. Signposts are all around us. We just wear internal blinders. My brother and I somehow have a knack for meditation. It is our passion. We are simply trying to tell you simple tricks of the trade. Mind you, we both have been meditating for 50 years. That is still a drop in the bucket of life. You can solve this puzzle. The answer exists inside of you. The 8 stages of dissolution. This is a rabbit hole we are on every day in our lives. Whenever we go to sleep, we go through these 8 stages. Mind you, we are unaware of them. Every night we go to heaven, yet we are unaware of it. When a person dies, these same steps take place. A wise man practices dying every day. He realizes that only the body dies. You are the universe. You just don't know it. Australian physicist Edward Schrödinger is known for this phrase. The total number of minds in the universe is 1. In fact, consciousness is a singularity phasing within all beings. There is one universal mind. These stages take place every night and bring you back to the source. Mystics and yogis have been practicing this for thousands of years. You can solve this puzzle. The answer lies inside of you. The operating system, hardware, and software have been there since you were born. The sun is always there. That is your true nature. You have simply placed dark clouds around you. Remove the clouds within and discover your true nature. Stage 1, earth into water. Stage 2, water into air. Stage 3, fire into air. Stage 4, air into consciousness. Stage 5, consciousness into luminance. Stage 6, luminance into radiance. Stage 7, radiance into immanence. Stage 8, immanence into transparency. A wise man smiles and laughs at death. He dies every day and sees the unity of life. He realizes death is simply changing into new clothes. We don't cry when we wear a new outfit. Everything in this universe is created and destroyed. Even the universe. Yet behind that lies the source of all creation, which is eternal.